Let's talk about neurodivergent burnout. Okay, and this is different to meltdown. We've talked about meltdown before. Meltdown, where everything gets overwhelming and it all becomes too much, and then one thing breaks the camel's back and bam, you are gone. You're fight, flight, freeze, fear, whatever it is. Burnout's very different, particularly if you're a high masking individual. So you'll spend a lot of your work life keeping it down, keeping a very professional attitude, keeping a very happy, smiley attitude, making sure that nobody can see, nobody knows, nobody can tell you're different. So the problem with that is that every time something happens to you that would normally cause an overwhelm, you pop it in a box and you put the lid on really tight and you pop it over here so you don't think about it. You'll open that box up later. And you keep doing that and you keep doing that. Now, when you're working in a very healthy state of mind, every now and then you give yourself a rest, a recuperation, some time to regulate, and you get to open those boxes and sort things out in your mind and get things sorted again, and then you can start building it back up again and you put things in the boxes. But as you approach burnout, you're piling those boxes up, but you never reach the point of regulation. You start, in fact, regulation becomes its own demand. It becomes its own box to put things in. You can end up in this cycle where you get home and you're like, I must now do gym for my mental health, and you go and do the gym for your mental health, but now that's actually added something to your box. So you're actually boxing up the fact that you didn't want to go to gym and you did gym, and then I must go home and I must have comfort food because that is to go in my mental health box, but I don't really want to cook a lot today, but I've told myself I have to. Oh well, pop that in my box and put it over here. And in fact, all those things that you have added as your self-care, you've turned into things that have added to your workload. The problem is with burnout is it's silent but deadly. You don't go into a meltdown. Those boxes don't topple over on you and cause you to go into a massive meltdown. Instead, you just get buried under them to the point where you can't find your way out. You wake up one morning and you just can't. I can't do it. I can't go to work today. I can't put the face on. I can't remember how to. I can't remember how to mask. I can't remember how to care. I can't do it anymore. And it's so different to a meltdown. It's like it's like you just can't be bothered anymore. It's like you can't bring yourself to care and you burn out. You're just done. And some people, you can go to work through your burnout. You can go to work with your burnout in place and just keep trying to push through the burnout until you actually until you've burnt all the way down. How do you prevent burnout? Well, you normally say, well, take time to take care of yourself, but actually you can build up your burnout by doing that. You do need to make sure you've built in lots of regulation points, lots of stops to regulate and to make sure you're getting grounded at the end of the day, so that when you come home from work, you have grounding things to do. I recommend making sure you have some quiet time and some private space, and that can be really hard, particularly if you're coming home to a very busy household. But talk to your partner, talk to the people you live with, talk to your children even, and let them know that you do need some time, even if it's just 10 minutes, at the end of one face, at the end of work face, to be able to regulate, to put home face on. You just need a minute to yourself. And try and carve that time out, no matter how small it is. Carve out some time to be quiet and alone. Do find things that are regulating and that bring you joy. So do find those things that are your happy place, and try and make sure you spend time doing those as well. But once you've hit burnout, this is how to prevent burnout. Once you've hit burnout, there's nothing at all that will get you back to the old you except forgiving yourself, allowing yourself the time to rest, admitting it's not your fault, that you are burned out, that you'd reached your enough, your top, and that some of those things have got to give. And all you can do really is think to yourself, what would you do if it was someone else? What would you suggest to your friend if they came to you and said, I can't do it anymore. I can't leave the house anymore. I can't go out anymore. You would tell them, okay, can I pop over? Okay, do something nice for yourself. Or, okay, that's okay. It's okay to be at home on your own for a bit. It's okay to need some time. Maybe you do need a couple of days off. Maybe you do need a couple of days away. Maybe now's a good time to go and visit that friend you keep meaning to go visit but you never get round to. Maybe it's a good time to ask for some help and just admit to somebody, do you know what, I'm not okay. I'm not doing very well. Everything's kind of got on top of me. I say it at the end of nearly every one of my videos, but remember to be kind to yourself. We're so good at making sure that we're kind to other people, we often forget that actually we need to be kind to ourselves. And remember that we like to help other people. It feels good to help other people. And you know what? Other people feel that too. Other people will feel good to help you. It'll make someone else feel brilliant if they can figure out how to help you, if you let them help you. It's a good thing to do to let other people help you. It makes them feel good about themselves. So it's not a bad thing to reach out and say, I'm not okay. It's a good thing. And forgive yourself. It's not your fault. You're not alone. This is a thing. Neurodivergent burnout is very, very real. We are pedaling twice as hard to get half as far. We are on hard mode. And we're allowed to get exhausted. You're allowed to get exhausted. Have a nice cup of tea. Put on your favourite film and try and be kind to yourself. I'll make a shorter version of this as well because this one got a bit wordy. Don't forget to do that like, follow, subscribe, taggy thing, bookmarky thing, all of those things down the side here. Do all of them. I'll see you in the next one.